Welcome back to my channel. This time I'm going to be showing you guys some things I've knitted and crocheted, or I've knit and crocheted in the past, and I'll also be sharing a few of my favorite things that I use for knit and crochet projects. So let's get started. So for knitting, my favorite thing to make are beanies. I have made 2 sweaters in the past, but I didn't really like how they turned out and some design flaws were there. But I did knit 2 sweaters. Right now I'll show you some of my beanies I made. This one, this is a double thick beanie, so I used 2 different types of yarn to make this effect. But as you can see, it's nice and cushy. That's one thing I love about double thick beanies, is their cushiness. Here's another one I made. This one probably is my favorite one right now. And this one, it has a brioche effect, but I can't remember how I did it. And it's reversible too. This one, you can have the color block side, or you can have a heather effect side. So that's another beanie I made. This one is a dupe. I found a picture online that I liked, and I decided to try and make one of my own. I think the dupe is not as good as the original, but close enough. And all of these beanies that I've made, none of them are complicated. I just use different colors. But all of these, as you can see, are simple knit stitches and purl stitches. And those are the 2 most basic stitches you need to do anything in knitting. All of these hats are either ribbed or just a solid in some areas. Like this one, it's a rib worked, and then these little ridges, or these bands around the hat, are purl stitch. So if I were to flip it inside out, it looks totally different. It's not reversible in my opinion, but as you can see where the purl stitches are, if you flip it inside out, it's going to be a knit stitch. So those 4 of my favorite beanies. As far as knitting supplies go, I'm a minimalist, so I like to get as much as I can from as little as I can. I do have some needles that are separate. I'll go get those real quick. Okay, so these are a size 10 needle. Now, comfortably speaking, a size 10 is my ideal size when working with medium yarn for knitting, because it helps the project build at a better pace, and the tension of the stitches and the size, it's not too tight to where you'll overheat, but it's just tight enough so you'll stay warm. And I got these from, I think it was Hobby Lobby, but these are rainbow needles that I like, and they're size 10. I don't use them very often. I usually just go for my circulars, but those are some of my knitting needles I like. But this right here is my favorite set of knitting needles to use, and it's by Leica. If I'm not mistaken, that's how you pronounce it. Correct me if I'm wrong. This is the kit. Now it comes with cords, so it comes with some pins to lock the cords into place. And I got these separate. These are scissors, but I keep them in here. Can't feel the cords right now, so they must be in a different part. But this folds out like this. And there's all the needles. all the different size needles. They go up to, what size is this? 17. So they start at a 4 and they go up to a 17. And at the bottom right here where it's black, it has the size on it. And how to use these is you take out a cord, one of these cords, and you attach it with a pin. The pin I showed you is how you, like, they screw on the bottom, but to tighten it to where it's fingertip tight, you would use one of the pins. It makes it super easy. And if I want to, I can actually, there's some Velcro in here. So if I want to, I can stick the panel up and it'll prop up like that. So I can pick easily. But I never need to use it that way because I don't change my needles that often when I'm working with them. So that's my favorite interchangeable. These are interchangeable knitting needles. It's my favorite. I don't remember the cost, but I got them off Amazon. Now for crochet, this is a recent balaclava I made. Like it's one of those hats. Like that. It goes right on. It's a bit loose, but I don't like fuzzy stuff near my nose and mouth very much, so that's why I made it a bit loose. And this is crochet. All the yarn I've used thus far on these projects is acrylic. I think there's only one that may not be acrylic. I'm not sure, I don't remember, but it probably is acrylic because I go for that because it's affordable and it's machine washable. Let's see. And this beanie, I made it for when I had faux locks. It's crochet. And it has a smiley face on the back. But this is a beanie for when I was wearing faux locks. I can still wear it now, but I feel like it works best with the faux locks. Trying to make it flat so you guys can see the smiley. So that's a crochet beanie I made. This is an infinity scarf I made. I got this yarn from Hobby Lobby. It took 2 bundles of chunky yarn to make it. And it goes on like this. You do a figure 8. And there you have it. A nice double wrap infinity scarf. And let's see, this is a skinny scarf I crocheted. I'm not really a fan of this one, but it's fun to look at. It's a bit bright for my taste, but this is a skinny scarf I made. I feel like it took maybe a few hours to make this total. I don't remember. But usually stuff like this doesn't take very long to make. But this is my skinny scarf. And as of recently, or currently, I should say, currently I am working on a granny square blanket. It's just going to be one big giant granny square. I have made a blanket before the size of my bed. Excuse me. Before I made a granny square blanket that says my bed with multiple granny squares. It needs repair, so I'm not going to take it out. It kind of came apart a tiny bit in the dryer or washer. So I won't be showing that one right now, but so far this is my granny square blanket. That's how it's coming along. I'm still gonna work on it. The thing about this project is it started off fast where the square is in the middle, but as it grows, you can see it takes longer to go around the square. So I'm gonna be working on this for quite some time, but here's the yarn I use. I'm on a second roll. I'm gonna need some more, but this is the yarn I used to make it. And these are the crochet hooks I got as a birthday gift. They're ergonomic, so they have a nice big handle. A lot of times you can get, I think they're made of aluminum, but they're colorful and they're metal crochet hooks. Just like with knitting needles, you can get the colorful metal ones, but they're harder to hold and they're harder on your hands in the long run. So if you can get something with a big grip, these are wood. I forgot what kind of wood, but they might be rosewood, I'm not sure. But they have a nice big grip and an antique look, which I like. I think it's pretty. This one is the one I'm using right now for my blanket. I was trying to keep it separate. They have the size on them, I just usually forget which one I'm using. But this one's a 4. As you can see, the hook is tiny. They get a lot smaller, but these are bigger ones. And those are from Amazon as well. So those are my past projects and my current project, and I definitely recommend taking up knitting and crochet as hobbies because they're the gifts that keep on giving. And especially right now, it's August right now, so it's right before fall, so you should really try and learn these skills. They're easy, they're lifelong, and they keep you warm for the fall and winter. Another thing a lot of people don't realize is that the price you pay in stores typically for a hat or a beanie or a scarf, they're asking handmade price for something that was made on a machine. So the sentimental value is up to you to determine. But yeah, those are some of the projects I've had and made. I didn't follow a pattern, I just learned to calculate stitches and knit and crochet. The closest thing to following a pattern was this one. I didn't follow a pattern, but I just looked at the picture and I could tell what they did. But yeah, it's a good set of skills to have, definitely. So thank you for your time and thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe.